Hello everyone, this is Kalpana from Invent Model Technology Solutions. Me and my team member Dhireen and Sachin are going to explain about data access rules, and within that we explain about the attribute level access control. So for that, moving ahead, uh, these are the content for us, like 2 points we have for that session. What is data access rules and how to control attributes label access. So we are going to the first question. First we have, what is data access rule? Data access means when we acquire data, getting the data, and rule means that regulations we have. So data access rule in Informatica Business 360 defines the access permissions for user regarding records, attributes, and field groups within the business entities. We can easily understand that access means acquiring data, getting data with rules and regulations. Here we have the permission for the users. We can get the data about the records, attributes, and some field groups as well in the entities. So it ensures that only authorized user can view, edit, or delete specific data. Authorized means trusted user can delete the data, view the data, and do some changes as well. So data access rules are used to implement security policies and control access based on the predefined rules. We can access the data on the basis of the policies, control access, and some predefined rules as well. By the name, we can also understand that we can access the data by the for the policies, security purpose we have. So there are two kind of labels we have for the data access rule. First one is record label access and second one is attribute label access. By the name, we can understand that what is record. Record means lines we have, rows we have. On the basis of rows, on the basis of line, we can access the data. It controls the entire records based on the specific conditions we have, like first name, last name, mobile number, address. Then on the basis of that things, we can access our data. Now we move to second point, which is attribute level access. In that, we can access the data for the specific record we have, like phone number we have, name we have, ID we have. So in by the use of definition, we can define as control access to specific field or attribute within the records. Like specific field, we have to say that we have specific fields means we have to access the data on the particular data, singular kind of data. Like I also put the examples for that, which is like an organization might create a data access rule to allow access only to records where the country is USA, or to hide sensitive attribute like phone number for certain users. So here we use the particular country, which is USA, and for that we use the attribute which is phone number for the certain user. Like we hide the phone number only for the certain user on the basis of the country. So this is the attribute level access, where we access the data on the basis of the particular or specific field. Now we see shown in the screen as well. We have a security, by the name of the security. We have a field like that. In that we define the record label or the record label alter label, where we have the asset protected on the basis of the organization. Asset type is business entity, and effective user role as FCT customer role automation. So these are on the basis of that two points we can access our data. So now this is the next point, which is control label access. So I would like to Sachin, who will explain this.
Thank you, Kalpana, for calling me. So, how to control attribute level access? Like before controlling, we have to define a attribute level access. So, uh, like I would like to first define that what is attribute level access. Like we wants to access the data that so we define some rules on that, and for accessing that data, we can apply some rule on the basis of some attribute. So that's why it's called as a attribute level access. And in the Business 360 console, we are defining that all the rules that how we can and can access the data. So an attribute level data access rules control access to selected attribute and field group of all the record. Like we have the record, and in the record we have a person, and which represent a different attribute of that person. Like a person has the phone number, first name, last name, and different things. So we can apply some condition on that attribute, on that particular attribute. Like we can choose a country, like if a country is USA, so they can access the phone number, or they can access the data, or they can view the data, they can edit the data, or whatever thing. Like we are just applying some condition on the basis of some attribute. So how we can define that attribute level access? Like how we can control. So steps to control attribute level access in Informatica Business 360. So first, we have to create the data access rule. So in the security tool, we first go to the security tool, and in that we have a data access rules. So we have to define the access rule for that. Then we click to the add data access rule, and in that we are providing some name for that, and also the description, like what is the description for that tool, why we are defining that tool. So we can write the description also. And after that, we are select the business entity what we want to protect. Like we want to protect person, we want to protect some organization, what assist we want to protect. Okay, so we can define it here. And another step, that is we are defining attribute level access condition. So first we have to define the rule applies to section, and in that we are taking as a attribute level. Like here we are taking that what type of rule we want to define, like the record level or the attribute level. So here we select the attribute level. We want to define the rule as the attribute level as well. Okay, so then we choose the specific attribute, and then the field or a field group. We can also say that field group, and that group we want to protect. Okay, like we are choosing the country, so we can we can choose a country, and that, like if the country is equal to USA, then we can access. And after that, we are set some access permission, like we allow and we can deny some access, like in allow, user can view the data, edit the data, or delete the data, delete the selected attribute. Okay, and after that, deny, the user cannot access the selected attribute. Okay, can you move, Kalpana, can you move to the next slide? Yes. Okay. So step three, assign user roles. So we are assigning some user role, like click in that we can add some user role. We can add the user role and select the roles that should be affected by the rule. If the rule if the rule is triggered, then this role will be affected by that rules. Okay. Um, you guys understand the role and the rule. These are the different things. Role are the particular work, and rule are some regulation. Okay, and then click add to save the selected rules. Then we can simply save the selected rules, like whatever rule will be affected by that rule. Okay, and after that, the fourth, in that we are like configuring some conditional statement, like in the condition section. Just a minute. In the condition section, define rule based on attribute, like relationship or related business entities. Example, we can deny access to the phone number for user outside the admin role. So those user are outside the admin role. They so at that time we can't access the phone number of that users. Okay, and if the we can allow access to the customer email only if the user's department is the sales department. So if the person belong from the sales department, so they at that time we can access the customer's email. And in the when the person belongs from the admin department or admin role, so at that time we are not getting access of that phone number. and then we can simply save that rule, and we can publish the rule. So we have to simply click the save to the store the rule as a draft, and we can go to the data access rule again and then publish the draft to activate that rule. Okay, so I think we have concluded all the points that is related to the attribute level access rule and the data access rule. Kalpana, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sachin, for the explanation.
Yeah, so we are done, so we can close this session.